Clive Palmer's sweaty asshole. Isn't that one of the Cards Against Humanity cards?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, let's
No, it's Daniel Radcliffe's delicious asshole and Clive Palmer's sweaty something. Might be.
Oh yeah, does such a thing exist? Clive Palmer's poetry book. For those of you off camera that didn't hear Lincoln suggest that that's a thing.
Pauline Hanson, first class on a plane, spare seat beside her. Would you take the seat?
Ask me again. Sorry.
Pauline Hanson.
Yes.
She's in the first class cabin. There's a seat next to her up for grabs. Would you sit in it?
For free?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
And listen to that bitch.
Oh, well, that's a two-way street. Like, I wouldn't be quiet. I'd have some thoughts that I'd like to share with her.
Yeah.
And
fair.
if I get a free first class seat up the front, and
yeah,
keep filling me full of that.
Anyway, welcome back to election week.
Yeah, because I have got some more election talk for us.
No.
But let's not bore everybody with that immediately. Let's hook them with something juicy and then launch into boring political talk.
Do we even need to say welcome to the Two Monties podcast?
No, fuck it. We're away now.
I think that the music does it. It's that PTSD.
Yeah. I wake up screaming when I hear it.
Yeah. Actually, our mate at work that listens to the podcast, he drives to Sydney at 2 a.m. now to get the produce, and he goes, I'm really sorry, but I just can't do it at 2 a.m. And I was like,
fair.
mate, I can't do it at any time of the day.
I'll tell you now,
that's totally fair.
When people say to me, I was at the Woodhouse on the weekend.
Yeah.
And Casey there that is the manager. She goes, and it's the same thing happens anytime anybody says it. Oh, I love listening to you guys on the podcast. And I'd go, don't do that. Or someone says, I recommended your podcast. I'm like, to fucking who? Who could you possibly recommend it to? So this is really talking ourselves up here and trying to get more business.
Yeah.
But anyway, what's going on?
Unsolicited text messages.
We want to launch into that right now?
Yeah, but I got one, and not
from the same one.
No, yesterday I did, and I deleted and reported.
So,
spam.
We weren't going to go straight into the political stuff, but I'm going to.
Yeah.
And I'll look down the barrel as I say this. If you're the sort of fuckwit who's going to vote for someone like the Trumpet of Patriots, one, the name is moronic for a start, which works well because it's run by fucking morons. If I have to see that dumb bitch on the television every fucking 2 minutes, and go me for misogyny, I don't give a fuck. If it was a bloke, I'd call him a dumb cunt. She just happens to be that. But they make all these wild fucking claims.
Walks like a duck, talks like a duck.
Fucking
probably a cunt.
Mate. And like they make these claims, right? It's like a kid at a fucking shop, or a kid running for like year 6 president. There's going to be Coca-Cola coming out of the bubblers. There'll be no more Fridays. There'll be free cake on Tuesdays. And you're like, no, they won't, you fucking idiot. That's not how any of this works. But while I'm in a rant about it, because let's look up the unsolicited fucking text messages that you previously, I've got. From fucking, the bloke's name's Harry Fong, I can tell you.
Oh, yeah.
He's a criminal lawyer on the Gold Coast. If you want to look him up on LinkedIn, his mobile number's there. You can text him, which I did last night. Thanks to the great and powerful Smooth, well-known
Are you going to read out what you sent him?
No, I just called him a dickhead. But I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 messages from this cunt in the last fucking less than a week. Labor, but it doesn't even make sense. It's just words getting shouted. Solve housing, fast train, 20-minute CBD, cheaper land. What does that mean? What does any of that mean? They're just shouting stuff, mate. Like I am now.
Just right back. Chicken noodle soup.
Yeah.
Pork buns.
I don't know if you can do that. But how's it? This one says, super for deposit, which I'm assuming means for houses. I'm starting to Angry Bird it because I'm sweating.
Yeah.
But this one says super for deposit, which I'm assuming means you can use your super if you want it, which is also a terrible fucking plan. And then the very next one says, take your super anytime, which is also a terrible... That's what I mean. They're just shouting these ideas out into the wind that you can't do that. There's all sorts of legislation and good reason.
It's run by morons. Morons are going to vote for them.
Well, and so again... If you are the sort of moron that was going to vote for him, you're a fucking idiot. You got anything to add to that, or are you just going to let me go out under
I deleted my Henry Fong's.
Harry, I think it is.
Yeah, Harry Fong from yesterday, but I have another unsolicited text which makes me wilder.
Well, can I also just say, though, it's my understanding that if you get unsolicited or advertising texts, there should be an opt-out link that you can, like, legally. And these cunts don't. No, these fucking Clive Palmer fuckwits. There's no the only link on their message is to their website.
Well, this one's even worse. Hi, Monty. Your next BAS statement is payable.
What's it?
From the Australian Tax Office. Unsubscribe. Don't fucking contact me.
I was about to say, have they got an opt-out option? Because if they do, I'm fucking very interested.
Furious.
That's very good. You've done well there.
Literally, as we sat down, I was like, this is great.
Yeah, that's going to work in perfectly. That's very good. What else you got?
Well, change your topic. Races, Newcastle races.
Races?
Couple of weeks. Races.
Oh,
horse racing. A couple of weeks ago.
Right. Did you go?
No, but a friend did.
Didn't get a fucking start there.
Friend did and had a great time, and I got a little story. And we'll keep some parts anonymous, but we'll keep others.
How about you keep most of them anonymous?
Most, and I will. Most.
How about nearly all?
This friend was waiting in line to get a drink.
Right.
Saw a guy in front of her in the line counting cash. Obviously had a bit of a win on the ponies. They started talking. One thing led to another. She ended up blowing him in the disabled bathroom at the races. Upon completion of said blowjob, they exchanged phone numbers.
I thought you were going to say he slung her a 50.
And then, well, I said, did he pay you? Because that makes you a hooker.
Yeah. Well, sure.
Sorry, we call them sex workers, not horses. Did you see that? What's it called?
I don't know.
Anyway, sidetrack. So they've exchanged numbers, and then I think there was a conversation about being single or not being single in the bathroom. She was under the assumption he was. Then the text messages said a different story.
Right.
Because she asked again, he didn't reply. Then she asked again the next morning because she had a bit of guilt. She's like, he was a bit sus. Maybe he wasn't single. So then his reply was, oh, well, I will be after this weekend. So she's kind of a bit off that.
Right.
And thought, well, fuck this guy.
Or not fuck him, as the case may be.
Fuck this guy. I've got his phone number.
I don't like where this is going.
Pay ID. Type the phone number into Pay ID. Name pops up. She knew the first name, but it just has a first initial dot surname.
Right.
So now she's got his whole fucking name. Onto Facebook. Found the Facebook. Found that he wasn't single. Found the girlfriend, who's not a girlfriend. She's a fucking fiancé of 12 months.
Right.
And do you know the Hey Girlies?
No.
So it's like this Facebook page for like, hey girlies, when they've hooked up with someone. It's like if you get a hey girlies message, you know that your man's cheating on you. So she's then like done the hey girlies message to this bird. So we'll call her Cheryl. We'll keep it anonymous, and we'll call him Luke because that's his name.
Holy fuck! Right.
And so she sent the hey girlies message to Cheryl, and. You know,
so how does she know? Oh, she's looked at his account.
She's looked at his Facebook,
seen Cheryl.
Yeah, and then she's been tagged in a photo.
Wow,
you know, super sleuthing detective work.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Sent the message to the, hey, really sorry to be the one to tell you this, but this happened.
I blew him in the fucking disabled toilets.
Well, that wasn't in the first message. It was, we had, I met who I believed to be your partner. We ended up hooking up. Thought he was single. Turns out he's not. Sorry. And then the messages back from Cheryl were just staunching her straight away, being like, how do you know it was my boyfriend? Can anybody verify this? And what do you mean by hooking up? And then my friend's like, well, here it comes. Sent the screenshots, from the back and forth with old mate.
The video.
Talking about how he's going to leave the girl. So it's like, and then also, yes, by hooking up, I mean blew him in a disabled bathroom. And then within about 30 seconds of this chat going down between my friend and Cheryl, my friend's getting phone calls from an anonymous phone number and being added on Facebook by all of the other blokes that were on the cricket trip with him. So obviously connected a few dots and old loves,
So there's been a bit of blowback, as the case may be.
There was a bit of, yes. Which is strange because normally she's a swallower, but there was some blowback for sure. So, yes, I did want to get your take on it. What do you think?
Oh, look, and
the backstory for her is similar situation to her. Had she have found out that her partner was keen on fucking around, she might not have signed on for a big old mortgage, and her life would be a bit different.
I don't know.
Now,
We need any more details about that.
But
look,
the girl code was shining through there.
Yeah, look, I don't have any thoughts on it. It's not a situation I'd like to become embroiled in. He's been a bit of a silly fella. He's, as I've said to many people many times, you buy the ticket, you take the ride. It's, he's taken a swing, and it's the consequences of his actions.
Yeah.
Look, it's just a diabolical situation all round. So what's the outcome of all the people from the trip trying to friend her on? Like, are they being abusive?
Well, she never accepted, and I think she might have blocked a lot of them.
Yeah,
so
that's a
that's
smart move.
the end of the story. But
right.
I think, yeah.
If you've been affected by any of the issues raised in today's story,
contact Harry Fong at fucking
yeah.
Trumpets of Patriots.
Actually, just back to Trumpets of Patriots and Harry Fong, it just occurred to me that I could go like this and go, if you wanted to message Harry, who's been sending you all the text messages, his number is, to the best of my knowledge, 0419 788 168.
That number again.
0419 788 168. That's Harry Fong, who's been sending you messages from the Trumpet of Patriots. I would imagine now, because that was a link, a bloke that I know had posted it, like it was a screenshot of a post. I would imagine by now he's either got a new phone or every number in Australia is blocked coming in.
Or he's gone into protective custody.
Yeah, but feel free to give Harry a bit of a touch up there. That story is something.
But yeah, that's all you've got to say on the matter.
I don't know. What are you aiming for?
Well, not to sit on the fence. Maybe just grow a pair and say yes this way or no that way.
Look, it's he's like I said. You buy a ticket, you take the ride. He's made some decisions. He's obviously now probably facing the consequences of those decisions.
I'm for it only to save that poor bitch Cheryl from
Gundawindi
going down the path of
thinking
he's a good bloke, signing on for $1 million fucking mortgage and then getting shit on 2 weeks later.
That's fair.
So just from a financial point of view, really.
Well, that's good for you. You're all right. You're the real people's champ, aren't you?
Yeah. Vote for me.
Yeah. Right. Now, speaking of, not that you'd call that dating, I guess, but you told me you had, from an unrelated person, some other stories, or was that the story?
That was one of them.
Right. And obviously these other stories are from a completely different person.
Oh, and I know you're sick of hearing about it, but I did get engaged.
Congratulations, mate.
Thank you.
I genuinely am very happy for you. If I had to see one more post, did I tell you that at the pub?
You did. I was about to reference it.
I couldn't remember.
You hugged me, said, "Congrats, mate. I'm really happy for you." But if I have to see one more fucking post about how happy you are, I'm going to spit.
Well, I'm glad, because I would have said it now, but it's saved me a bit of time that I drunkenly said it to you on Anzac Day. Which it was a very good surprise to see you and Dill on Anzac Day. Yeah. Because that young lady came up to me and she said... Yeah, she said, "Oh, you're Monty, aren't you?" And I went, "Yeah." I'd actually had a few people say that on the day, which is upsetting. And so one was a couple who I'd told I was busy like 2 years in advance. They'd only gotten married last March.
Yes, and I don't know if you recall, how many
don't.
times do you think she slapped you?
I don't know.
Do you not remember that?
No.
I had to walk away.
Really?
Yeah.
In the face?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like gentle, but she's like, also she could have spat in your mouth and you would have been hard as a fucking rock.
I just broke out in a little sweat when you said that.
But she's literally standing there, "You were booked for my wedding," slap. "I can't believe you didn't do my wedding," slap. Like, it just fucking went on and on.
Well, and unsurprisingly...
I lost count at about 20 because I ran out of fingers and toes.
And And unsurprisingly, I didn't recall her name, but I had a message. It's Jess. Hi, Jess. I had a message in my DMs from 5 o'clock that afternoon that just said "marry me" from a Jess, and she'd spoken to my mate's wife Beck for ages, and I'd messaged Beck and I go, I was so drunk. Was that girl's name Jess? And she goes, yeah. I go, good, because this message makes heaps more sense now.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I wish you hadn't said that about her spitting in her mouth. Moving on.
I married some Lesbitarians a couple of weeks ago. Really fun. With our mate out at fucking Misswood, Sue. Mm-hmm. Which
I think I saw some photos from it.
Which I don't know why. I was like, I know where I'm going. I've been here before. Yeah. Never done a wedding there.
All right.
I maybe had one booked through COVID and then postponement, whatever. But a fucking great little spot, isn't it?
It is.
Anyway, so it was there, and these lesbians, the content, I actually met them here, and I think I spoke about them previously, but it was, one of them was like telling a story about their relationship, trying to tell me things, but she goes, oh, and then this cunt kept referring to her missus as this cunt, but would stop herself as soon as she'd said it and said, oh, sorry, doll. Like, really tone it down. Anyway, so that I kind of knew going into it, right, this is going to be a bit rogue. And they're really fun, great content. But both of them, like, they're quite spiritual.
Right. Sounds it.
To the point where I've got a quote here. She owns my cunt soul.
Is that any relation to your arsehole?
And I was like, when I read it, I was like, this is great to know. Great to read. Can't really say it.
No.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, can I just say, you just picked me up from the car wash. I just dropped my car. It's been disgusting for months, and then Kate and the kids took it up to Gumball on the weekend for the music festival, where it just flogged down for 2 days.
Is that at Muswellbrook?
Belford, just before Singo. But anyway, I thought, I've got a couple of hours up my sleeve. I'm doing nothing today here. I'll drop the car off to get washed. You can pick me up, blah, blah, blah. So I drive into Snap at Katara. The bird waves me into a park. By the time I get out of the car, the bloke's there, and he goes, oh, long time no see, sir. And I'm like, I wouldn't have been here for 5 years. So long. And I'm like, what is he recognising here? Like, what part of this? So I was already shitting going, what's happening? And then he goes, and so your phone number's still 0401, and I'm like, yes, I'll see you at about 1, I guess. Bye.
You know what I've thought? You know, in The Simpsons, and Homer becomes that fucking icon in Japan.
Oh yeah, Mr. Sparkle.
Mr. Sparkle. That's where I'm going.
Sparkle.
Yeah. So they think,
can't you see I'm disrespectful to dirt?
They think you are Mr. Sparkle.
I'm okay with that.
And you're an icon in whatever.
I recently bought a beanie with Mr. Sparkle on it. A pink beanie with a big Mr. Sparkle.
Look at us connecting on references.
Yeah, and because I've had to show the episode at home many times, because I will often, with the kids, say something and like it's an obvious answer, and I make them answer their own question. And I go, well, there's your answer, fish bulb. And they're like, what does that mean? I go, well, I've got you watch this thing.
So how many years did you say it was since you'd been?
I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you the last time I was there.
I thought maybe number plate recognition.
Well, I thought that too, but I don't think so.
You've had a new rig since you would have got it done.
So it must be the number plate. It can't be anything else.
Well, you must have got it done very soon after you bought the vehicle.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I have no recollection of it.
But you've had, what, you haven't
2
even...
years.
Oh, yeah. And you just got a bull bar on.
What are you doing? I didn't just get it on. It's been on for ages. I'll tell you what I haven't got on is a set of driving lights I bought off you for cash that are still in the shed.
Well, do you want to do that?
Yeah, who's going to do them?
We could do it together.
Oh, can we?
Yeah.
Are you that clever?
I got all the gear. No fucking idea, though.
Oh, well, that's, I don't have any idea either. Like, I'd like a neat job with just a switch that works. Is that doable? Can I not see any wires and a switch that works?
So Dill's mum takes great
listen, you didn't answer the question.
I've got a switch. No,
I'm not interested in the parts. I'm interested in the
switch that works.
Being neat and tidy job. Professional looking.
Oh, I can give it a go.
And a switch that when you flick it on, the lights come on.
They're not supposed to flick when you come.
If you don't want them on all the time, sometimes you might just want high beam without the driving lights.
Yeah, right.
Wouldn't you?
You're overcomplicating something, mate.
Well, that's why I'm not doing it myself.
No. Dill's mum takes great joy in taking the piss out of me because it's like she knows that I'm somewhat handy and
You're fucking way handier than me. I'll say that.
So
now.
whenever there's anything that like needs to happen, or she's like, oh, ask Monty, and then she just sits there and roasts the fuck out of me. Like Dill and her went to Bali, and she's like, there was some sort of medical episode, and they both looked at each other and said, "Oh, if Monty was here, he'd be able to save Dill off and fly the fucking plane."
Can I just? This is unrelated. It was just when you said it, like roast the fuck out of me. I just posted a meme today that made me laugh a lot. It was just a still of like a barista and a woman at the counter, and she says, "I'd like a light roast, please." And he said, "You got small tits, but I'd still smash."
Oh, and then now because they're all very similar, I work with Dill's brother at this produce place, and so with like it would be every day or second day that I'm there, the boss will come up and say, "Oh, have you got this?" And I got tools in the back of the wagon, so it'd be like needle nose pliers or fucking whatever it is, and so something happened yesterday, needed a tool, asked me in front of Dill's brother. And Queenie just starts clapping. Oh, he saved the day. He's got all the tools.
Oh, he's a fucking hero.
He's a fucking hero. There's a fuck off, Queenie.
Yeah, good. Now I had other things on my list. Oh, I want to bring back the Ask Uncle Monty.
Oh yeah.
But we wanted people to DM us, or we might put that in the show notes for you.
Yes, please.
Some sort of story. Lincoln, put it in the show notes for us, mate. But yeah, if you've got some sort of conundrum, moral, ethical, otherwise, by all means, send us something in. We'd love to give you our opinion about it. For example, if you've blown a bloke at a disabled toilet at the races, should you contact his fiancée or not?
WWMD, what would Monty do?
Well, you always worried about that then. How's
WWMD? There's more letters after MD, isn't there?
How's I watch this again? Dumb clips on. I get sucked into like Instagram reel fucking black holes for hours, and it was this clip from I'm gonna say like 1991, where it was this bloke who looks like Danny DeVito from Batman. Like he's
the Penguin.
Yeah, this big. He's got this big round body, this straggly white hair, and the glasses, and he's sitting on a chair. And it was a ask me, blah blah blah. And this guy rings up and goes, and the footage is so grainy. Like it must be like this bloke must have been one of the first blokes ever to have like a video.
It's a VHS that's been digitized.
It's pretty much his, I think. Yeah. But this guy rings up and goes, with his weapons of mass destruction. That's what made me think of it. One, ask Uncle Monty, and two, you said WW, and it was like the weapons of mass destruction. And the guy goes, yes. And he goes, so I just wanted to ask, when they want to ban these weapons of mass destruction, does that include like freeze rays and stuff like that? And the guy goes, what? And he goes, freeze rays, like you used on Gotham that time. It's like, big.
That's good.
Yeah, it's very good. So Uncle Monty, ask Uncle Monty. We want DMs. We want you to write in. We want you to send us a message. Send a voice note. Remember when we first started? We had some people sending in voice notes. If you need your voice warbled, we can do that as well. Well, we can't, but somebody we know can. But yeah, we love a voice note. Keep it anonymous. Mostly so not for your own sake, but so he doesn't read it out. Like with your name in it, say don't use my name, but my name's Terry Bradshaw.
Be a spineless fucking Facebook poster.
Set
your profile to anonymous and then message us so that I can't fucking read it out.
You could do that too. But yeah, I'm big on. I want to have some more Ask Uncle Monty advice. So yeah, call us up,
and we'll keep it as anonymous as we can. Except Luke, you're a piece of shit for cheating on your fiance.
Wowza,
from Sydney.
And then I also had AI written down. And I know at the time I thought I should write more so I know what this is in reference to.
Artificial insemination.
And then the other part of my brain went, no, you'll remember. And I don't remember at all. I'd have no idea.
Maybe you wanted to ask about my past life.
No.
Where I used to fist cows and wank bulls for a job.
I'd like to hear about the wanking bulls part.
Do you know they come out one side of their cock?
I didn't know that.
So most vet crushers is like a left-hand side operation. So when you're looking at
crusher,
a vet crush, like you know
Like
what a race is?
Yeah.
Yards goes down into
Yeah,
a
yeah, I
race,
know what a
and
race
then they
is.
catch them in a crush.
Right.
All the doors for the vet, like, to do different fucking treatments, they're all generally on the left-hand side.
Right.
Which is handy when collecting bulls, because you put a big fucking vibrator in their ass, and then you put a styrofoam cup on the end of a massive silicon condom with a handle, and you got to guide their cock because they get hard. You guide their cock into this.
Just
cup.
I want you to back up slightly.
Yeah.
Much like the bulls probably do.
Mm. They love
The
it.
vibrator.
Yeah.
Is that the necessary part of the?
It is, because it's on their prostate.
Yeah. Right.
So it's called an electro-ejaculator.
Ah.
It's like the Nimbus 2000. but
Mammals are all alike,
except
aren't
you
they?
stick it up your ass instead of catch a Quidditch thing. What'd you say?
I said mammals are all alike.
Yeah. But there's things, so you put this, it's probably, I don't know, how big's that?
That's that big.
How
Like
many
a tennis
inches?
ball.
What's that?
About the size of a baseball.
5 inches?
Softball.
Yeah.
Softball.
Probe about 12 inches long goes up their rectum.
How's that?
And it's connected to
Wrecked him, nearly fucking killed him.
battery-powered box, and it just has a, fucking 1 to 12 on it, and you wind it up to 1, down to 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 3. You just keep winding it up.
This is a fascinating.
Until you hit what we call in the industry the vinegar stroke.
Well, I've heard that before, not in this context, but certainly I've heard it before.
And so you got to, there's pre-comes first. You want to discard that, and then when you get the real milky, that's what you want. That's what you want
How
to
you going
catch in
over
the
there,
cup.
Lincoln? All right.
Anyway, they generally,
I'd probably stop eating those Frosties.
it's like the eye of the cock, the eye of the tiger is always, it's kind of, 99% of the
not
time.
at the end.
It's not directly in front. It's to the right-hand side, which means on a left-hand operation crush, you're not going to get shot in the face. But
Which I'd imagine is quite important if you're the sort of person that's wanking off a ball.
yeah, you don't. Anyway,
I mean, and to be honest, saying you're wanking off a ball, like, you're not really, are you? You're not in there, like,
no,
giving it a tug.
no, you don't. You,
Not spitting on your hand and...
what you do first is you actually wet a bit of paper towel in warm water and you clean the sheath, like you clean the pizzle.
Can I tell you,
and then that
I never
stops
want to hear you say the
contaminating.
phrase clean their sheath ever again.
You just clean around it so you're not contaminating the specimen. And then that induces...
I have a similar protocol at home.
It makes them wee because it's warm. If you fucking... That old prank you play on your mates, you dip...
Wait,
you can either put their finger in warm water or their cock in your mouth while
when
they're
you clean their cock before you get them to piss.
And then you put the electro-ejaculator in their ass, you catch their cum,
Hi to
you
all
put it under a
our
microscope
all our
and
listeners taking their kids to school right now. I mean, this is educational, if anything.
Well, this is collecting the kids.
I mean, it's all these.
And then
This is, for all these bloody city kids who are
Yeah,
out there,
yeah.
catching Pokemon when they should be catching bull jizz.
I think it's important because people need to know where their food comes from.
How much did you eat? Turns out there was none today.
Anyway, I don't even know how we fucking got
Sorry,
on this.
farmer, there's none left.
But every now and then you go to a place to do the job and they have a right-hand operation crush and
You get shot in the face.
touch wood, never happened to me, but it does definitely happen to people I know where they have been shot in the eyeball by a bull.
Like hot bull cum.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. And that's not the type of bull that you get off the internet to come around and see your missus. Is that what we're talking about? Wow, what a fucking roller coaster this has been.
I'm just curious, how did we get onto that?
It's hard to say, mate.
Yeah.
AI.
Artificial insemination. Thank you.
Hey, look at me come back.
Oh, wow. Come back.
Yeah. Like a bull.
Yeah. How are we going for time? That's it. Right,
That's it.
see ya.
See you next
cunts.
Tuesday. See you next Tuesday.